Right, welcome back. This is the part 2 of the topic arithmetic and analytical reasoning. So, due to the variety of questions, we are going back by another 3 years. So, this is question number, year number 2017. Right, you have two questions over here in 2017, and this particular question we have already discussed the same model. Right, so in an examination, a student scores 2 marks for every correct answer and loses 1 mark for every wrong answer, and by doing so he has secured 42 marks. And they have mentioned that he has attempted all the questions. So x plus y, the correct ones and wrong ones combined together is 90. So y is nothing but 90 minus x from this equation. So what happens? 2x minus of 90 minus x is equals to 42 when this is substituted in the first one. So 2x minus 90 plus x is equals to 42. So 3x is equals to 132. That means x is equals to 132 by 3, which will be nothing but 44. So 44 is the answer. Now moving on to the next question, question number 8. If you observe over here, the number of benches in a class, if 4 students sit on each bench in the classroom, then 3 benches are left. And if 3 students sit on each bench, 3 students are left without a bench. Okay, blah, 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 whatever it is. Now, first of all, what I will do, I will take the number of benches to be as x and the number of students to be as n. Right? So here, first of all, I will try to write the equations for the number of students. So if 4 students sit on a bench in the classroom, 3 benches are left out. That means if 4 students are sitting, then 3 of the benches are unused. So x minus 3 if 4 sits in a bench. Let us say this is equation number 1. Then suppose if there are 3 students that are sitting over there using all the benches, 3 students are being left over. That is equation number 2. Both are talking about number of students only. So we will equate them. So what happens upon equating? 4 into x minus 3 will be equal to 3x plus 3. Right? Number of students, that is y plus 3, not x plus 3. Right? So now 4x minus 12 is equals to 3x plus 3. That would mean x is equals to 15. So the number of benches in a class are 15. Right? Moving on to the next year, 2016. Now what happens over here? Observe. You can observe this question over here, right here. 2 into 5, this is analytical reasoning, right? So 2 into 5 has been written as 4110. 3 into 7 has been written as 9121. And 5 into 2 has been written as 25110. Now if you observe here, in the first place, you have the square of this value and the product of this in the last 2 digits, and 1 being the common point in all the given results. So when it comes to 4 into 8, the first place would be occupied by 4 square, that is 16, then 1, and then the product. So my answer is 16132. Right? Very simple. Then moving on. Right. This question over here, the question number 8, it will be covered in mathematical operations. So that is not part of this particular lecture video. Now coming to question number 9. What has happened in question number 9? So 1 by 216 can be written as 6 cube power minus 2 by 3 plus 256 can be written as 4 power 4 power minus 3 by 4 plus 32 is nothing but 2 power 5 power minus 1 by 5. So this 3 gets cancelled, 4 get cancelled, 5 get cancelled. So you are left with 1 by 6 power minus 2 plus 1 by 4 power minus 3 plus 1 by 2 power minus 1. Right? Now what happens? 1 by 6 power minus 2 will become 6 square. This will become 4 cube and this will become 2 power 1. So my result 36 plus 64 plus 2, that is nothing but 102. Right? Very simple, very easy one from your exponents and powers. 8th class students, 7th class students will do it. Right? Moving on, next one. 64 power 10 power 6 square root to the power of cube root. Now if I square root this, this will become 8 by 10 cube root. So 8 is 2 cube, you know very well. So this will give you 2 by 10. 2 by 10 is again nothing but 0.2. Right? This option 0.2. Moving on to the next part. The questions over here. Right? I have 2 questions here. Right? 1 minus 1 by 6. This will become 5 by 6. So 1 by 5 by 6 will become 6 by 5. Right? Again upon LCM, this will become 21 by 5. 5 by 20. Simple. You have already done this type of model also. Now, moving to the next one. If n is a positive integer greater than 3, then. So, first of all, what is 1 minus 1 by 3? It is 2 by 3. What is 1 minus 1 by 4? It is 3 by 4. What is 1 minus 1 by 5? That is again 4 by 5. Now, what I will do? I will take the value of n as 6. So, 1 minus 1 by 6 will become 5 by 6. So everything gets cancelled over here and I am left with 2 by 6, which is nothing but 1 by 3. Now, in whichever option you are getting 1 by 3, upon substituting n is equals to 6, that will be your answer. Right? In that case, option B will be my answer. So using elimination method. Right? Next. Going on. See, we are not going too much into the theoretical details. All we need is solving the problems in a very quick and fast and effective way. That is what we are concentrating upon. Using basic skills, basic knowledge, right? No need of conceptual information. Right. Moving on. Question number 25 over here. This is wrong. This question has a mistake. So we need not refer to this. That is out of contention. Right. Moving on. See question number 28, 29 and 30. Right. Question number 28. The number of 3-digit numbers. See, very simple. 3-digit numbers. Highest 3-digit number is 999. Right. And if you subtract 99, because you start with 100, right? So you will have 900 3-digit numbers. Right. Very clear. Next. Observe this question. This is important. Number of 380 coins, already we have done this type of question. So a total number of 380 coins are there, out of which there are 25 paisa coins and 50 paisa coins, which make a sum of 130. Right? Very clearly, let us say that the 25 paisa coins are x and 50 paisa coins are y. So x plus y, the total number of coins are 380. Right? Now coming to the value, x by 4 plus let us say the 50 paisa coins, right? The value. So y by 2 is equals to the value they have given as 130. Now taking up LCM, you will get x plus 2y is equals to 130 to 4. That is nothing but 520. Right? So you will have two values over here, two equations over here. Again, upon subtracting minus y, upon solving, you get y is equals to 140. So the number of 50 paisa coins, 140. Very simple. We have done this model of question. previously. This is same like your marks question, right? Next, moving on to question number 30. Unit digit of 168 power 156. So first of all, in the units place, I am having 8. What is the cyclicity of 8? 8 power 1 is 8. 8 square is 64. 8 cube is 216. Right? No, sorry, 512. 8 power 4 is 4096. So the cyclicity is 8426 and cyclicity is 4. Right? So for every 4, this order will keep repeating, this 8426. Right? So as cyclicity is 4, 156 by 4 is exactly divisible. So the last one over here, that will be my units digit. So the answer is 6. Okay. So 156. So if it was 155, then what would happen? So there will be a difference of 1. So this will be my answer. My unit place will be 2. Clear? So for whatever value is there, you will divide it with your cyclicity. If the remainder is 0, you will take the bottommost. Remainder is 1, you will take this one. If the remainder is 2, you will take this one. If the remainder is 3, you will take this one. Clear? I have explained all the models. You can repeat the video if you need better clarity. Cyclicity I have explained all times. Right. Moving on to the next question. Right. This is an important and interesting question. The least number to be added to 4900 to make it a perfect cube, not a perfect square. So there is one small technique to find whether the given number is a perfect cube or not. Okay. The technique is, if you add the values, if you add the digits of the number, if it is 0, 1, 8 or 9, in most cases it is a perfect cube. Most cases. Again, after doing this thing, if this condition is satisfied, you have to again check with your regular checking of your perfect cube. So what I will do, I will take each one of these values and add to the given number. So for example, in the first case, I have 4913. Now if I add these digits, that is 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus 3, I am getting 17. And again, if I add, I am getting 8. Right? Gotcha. So now what happens? 4913. This is a perfect cube. So I have to check now. So if you check properly, if you check carefully now, you will get that, you will understand that it is nothing but 17 cube. See, 3, 13, 14, 17, right? You are getting 17 over here. So if you check 17, right? So first of all, what you need to do, you need to add these values, check whether the sum of those digits, you are getting 0, 1, 8 or 9. If any of them turns out, you can again check by your regular method, right? And you can easily get whether it is a perfect cube or not. Sir, what is that regular method, sir? We are not aware of the regular method. Very simple. 4, 9, 1, 3. Right? This is the given value. Now what I will do, I will separate this into parts. So what type of parts? 3 numbers. What is the first value over here? 4. So I have to take the cube value which is less than 4. The cube value, 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8. So I will take 1. Right? So 1 ones are 1. Now I will write it as 3, 9, 1, 3. Right? Now what I will do? Now observe 913. This 913 over here, it lies between 7 cube. What is 7 cube? 343. Sorry. What about 8 cube? 8 cube is 512. 9 cube is 729. And 10 cube is, sorry, right, 729 and 10 cube is 1000. Right, I forgot the method. Okay, I'll get back to you with that perfect cube model. Don't worry. So, but for the time being, what you can do is you can add up 13 and you have to check whether it is 0, 1, 8 or 9. Right? So this is 4, 9, 1, 3. Right? And if you are adding, you are getting 17 over here, and 1 plus 7, you are getting 8. So condition satisfied. And 4913 is nothing but 17 cube. Right? That is quite easy to check. I'll get back on how to check, how to find the cube values. Right? Okay. Next, moving on to question number 18. There are 42 students that are admitted into a class. Some students can speak only English and some can speak only Tamil. 15 students can speak both Tamil and English. If the number of students who can speak English is 20, then how many students can speak Tamil? Right. Now what happens? This is a problem from the sets. Take two sets. Let us say this is students knowing Tamil and students knowing English. So total number of students are 42. So mu is 42, or you can also say that A union B is equals to 42 for this particular case. Right. Now what is happening over here? 15 students speak both language and the number of students who can speak English is 20. So 15 speak both, and if you add another 5, you will get the number of students who can speak English. So out of 42, 20 are done. So the remaining 22 can speak only Tamil. Now the question is, how many of them can speak Tamil? Only Tamil as well as both languages. Now add 22 plus 15. Your answer is 37. Right? So in case you don't know about sets, so let us say A and B are two sets under a universal set mu. This particular region, it represents A intersection B. This entire thing over here, this represents A union B. Okay, and this reddish part over here, this is called n of A minus B, or you can say only A. And this greenery over here that you see, this is called as n of B minus A, that is nothing but only B. Right? So this is related to your sets topic. Next, moving on to question number 39. So in a city where 20% of adults are illiterate while 90% of the children are literate, the ratio of the adults to blah blah blah. Okay. Now first of all, what is the ratio of the population? The ratio of the population is the ratio of adults to ratio of children. So that is 3:5. Now what I will do? I will take this as 30, this as 50. And I will say that the population is 80 for convenience purpose, basically. 20% of the adults are illiterate. That is 20% of the adults. That is nothing but 6 people are illiterate. And 90% of children are literate. That means 10% are illiterate. So 10% of 50 would quite naturally be 5. Now the question is, what percentage of the population is illiterate? That is 11 by 80. That upon division is nothing but your value in percentage is nothing but 13.75. So if you divide this, what will you get? 0.0, 0.1, again 30, put another 0 over there. So 83s are 240, 60, 80, again 0, 87s are 560, again you get 40, put another 0, 5, 400, remainder is 0. So on, so 0.1375 when converted into percentage, it will become your 13.75 answer, right? Very simple. You have to assume parts. I took 30 and 50 instead of 300, 500 because if I take 300, 500, it becomes bigger. So assume parts, do it. So parts, particular questions, you should be careful. I have already discussed in part 1 also. Right, moving on to the next one. 9 plus 3 is equals to 6273. 8 plus 2 is equals to 6164. What is 10 plus 5? If you observe here, 9 3s are 27. That is in this portion. 8 plus 2, 8 2s are 16. That is in the middle portion. So my middle portion would be 10 into 5, 50. Now coming to the first one. 9 minus 3 is 6. 8 minus 2 is 6. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Moving on to the next one. 9 by 3 is 3. 8 by 2 is 4. So 10 by 5 is 2. This is my answer. Right? This is the end of this arithmetic and analytical reasoning. I will give you a video on how to find cubes. I'll follow it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sometimes I do happen to forget, so please excuse.